One of the most frustrating things in innovation is coming up with an idea that seems to be really great, only to see it crash and burn in the execution phase. And if you haven't experienced that yourself, I'm sure you've seen someone around you experience that same fate. Now, there can be many reasons for that. It can be lack of budget, it can be poor decision-making clarity, it can be risk aversion across the organization, all sorts of things. But when you look behind the scenes of some of the world's greatest innovators, you see something quite different. And the thing that I've observed is they all share what I would call a secret weapon that isn't sexy at all, but it's the difference between innovation failing and really not producing much in terms of business results, and being able to continually find ideas that deliver profitable value on a repeat basis. So what is this secret weapon? It's an innovation process, which sounds dull, I know, don't stop the video, but it's an absolute game changer. Yet I have only found in my work about 10% of organizations who have a process that really works well for them. And if you want great innovation, you can't avoid the need for a process, and it doesn't need to be complicated. It can start really simple. In fact, I would advocate start simple and then build in sophistication as and when you need it. So how do you go about building a process, and what should be in one? Well, there are a few phases that I would recommend that each good process should have. The first is finding the right opportunities or solving the right problems and mechanisms for defining what matters most. With a few resources that we've got for innovation, where should we focus them? Then next comes, what questions should we pose for our creative work that turns those opportunities into really tantalizing questions that then sparks ideas in the brainstorm creative process. And we can sometimes miss that opportunity of framing questions that no one has asked yet, which will create much better ideas in the brainstorming session. So once you've been through the brainstorm session and you've got broad, diverse ideas, then you want to pick the ideas that are going to have the most chance of delivering the value that you want, hopefully with as little resource and complexity as possible, but you've got some tools there to help you make some good choices. And then before you rush to implementation, you want to be testing the key assumptions behind those ideas, because often they're not true, or they're less true than we like to believe, and we fall down before we've even got started. Then we can start to scale the ideas, and then we're looking for business models. So those would be the key stages that I would recommend that you start to look at. In my book, Be Less Zombie, I go into a lot more detail on how you can practically start each of those stages of the process successfully. Now, once you've started to build your capability and your experience around the process, I would really advocate starting to look at software that can take you to the next level. And innovation management software is one of those things that you can use to help you see what's in our portfolio right now. What's the potential of those ideas? How much have we invested so far? How much do we think we're going to need to invest? And all sorts of data that can help you as a manager make really good choices about future investment around innovation. So I hope this has been helpful. Definitely check out Be Less Zombie. Go to belesszombie.com where there's a free course to help walk you through some of these things. And I look forward to sharing some more tips with you in the future.